Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm creating a mixed media canvas. It's just a small one. I will pick the 15 by 15 centimeter size, and therefore I'm going to use this flower painting I'm doing right now, and I'm just painting on old book paper. There is no watercolor ground on it or gesso, it's just the plain paper. I have learned that some old book papers are amazing for watercolors. I really love this one. It's super thin quality. I think it's something like the Thema river paper, and it just crinkles the paper a little bit, and it also doesn't bleed through, although this paper is so thin. And what I love about it, that the colors stay almost as vibrant as when they are wet. When you have old book pages, I just can recommend to try them out with watercolors. Some of them will work amazingly and some of them won't work with watercolors. And yeah, I think it's a fun technique and it gives really nice results. The colors that I'm using are mostly from vanGogh, except from the quinacridone gold and the yellow. The quinacridone gold is from Sennelier and the yellow is a Schmincke color. I really enjoy painting loose watercolor florals. It's, I think, a super easy way to express your mood and to create something beautiful. I learned a lot about painting loose florals on Skillshare by watching some watercolor classes. What I prefer about the Skillshare classes against the YouTube, that they are normally in real time, and that's a really big difference. When you watch some YouTube watercolor videos, mostly they are speed up. I also speed up most of my videos because they would become really long otherwise. But when you want to learn painting with watercolors or when you want to learn something new, a new technique, it's important to see this in real time, because when you see all these speed up paintings, you think you have to paint in such a quick way, and that gives you a wrong feel, I would say. It's just not real, and when you want to learn a technique, you have to see how it really works and not speed up. If you want to try out Skillshare, I have a link in my description box. They have just 2 weeks free trial now. I think it was 2 months before, but I think it's really worth it just trying it out, and maybe you find a few classes you can watch in these 2 weeks. I'm blending some of the paints with just a wet brush into the background to make it look even more loose. And what I want to mention is that this painting is in real time, so I didn't speed that up because it's just a quick painting, and you see it took me about 3 to 4 minutes to create this flower. I also added some darker values in the end, and I add some yellow dots to bring out the center of the flower a bit more. I have recorded this video after I've made the canvas, because I just thought I should show you how I paint this flower for the canvas. And here you see me going through my stash, through all these book page flowers, and I choose one for my canvas, and there's where I picked this peony flower. It's almost similar to the one I've just painted. I just tear the paper to the matching size of my canvas, and then I will glue it down with gel medium. When you use this technique with gel, you normally paint a layer of the gel on your canvas and then you stick your paper down and cover it with a layer of gel. I will do this here as well, but as this is a watercolor painting, you have to work really quick and you may not swipe a lot of times over your flower because it will be reactivated and it will start smearing. If you want to avoid that, you can use a watercolor fixative first and fix your paint and then stick it to your canvas. But as this is going to be the background of my canvas, I don't worry too much if there will be some smears here and there, as my focal points will be some stamped flowers. I always get asked which tool I'm using to apply my gesso or my gel. It's just a normal spatula. It's meant to be used in the kitchen, and I saw this set of the smaller ones on Amazon and was a set of 5. And I immediately thought I need to buy these for painting, and now I have them in my studio. There are also silicone brushes available for artists, but they are more expensive than these kitchen tools. You can see I've worked pretty quickly and almost nothing smears of the flower. I think you just could use this canvas as it is now, maybe add a sentiment or a title, and it would be a wonderful piece of art. Let this dry overnight, and now I'm going in with a little bit of gesso. I'm using heavy gesso and I'm blending in the edges of my paper. I just apply it with my fingers because I have more control instead of using a brush. I'm adding in a little bit more of the gesso with the spatula just to make it look more artsy and give it a more painterly look. When this is dry, I'm adding some splatters to the background. I can't remember which color I've used. I believe it was the quinacridone gold or it was just the gold color. For my focal points, I'm using my flower stamps. It's the Flowers Gone Wild stamp set, and I have stamped them to, I'm not sure if it was Bristol paper or just a heavy smooth printer paper, but I really love to use these papers for watercolors because as on the book paper, the watercolors stay super vibrant on these papers. And I just stamp it to the paper, color them in quickly with watercolors, and then I cut them out. I use wet glue to stick them down, and I also use the sentiment that comes with the set. There are some more words on the stamp set, and I just stamp it to white paper and cut the words separately to arrange them on the canvas. And you see my canvas is already done, and it took me about 10 minutes if you don't count the drying time, of course. But I think this is something really great when you need a birthday present or stuff like that and you have no idea what to do and not much time. This is something you can do really quickly. You just have to count in the drying time. I I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope we see us next time. Bye!